Hey everyone! So we've had a couple of people ask us how to save your own seeds, and it's something that I've started doing for the first time this year, since we've been growing some heirloom varieties of vegetables and flowers and stuff like that. So now I've been learning how to save my own seeds as well. It's something that I've found a lot of enjoyment in, and it lets me share my favorite plants with my friends. So it's pretty cool. So I wanted to talk about a couple of the ones that I've been saving a lot of. So these ones are Aristotle basil. This one, like basically after it flowers, then the flowers die off, and each one of the little flowers forms a little seed head, and there's a little seed in there. So I've been saving a lot of those. And then the cosmos flowers that I had earlier in the year, I saved a lot of the flowers as they died off. And each one of these little points is a seed, and most of them are falling off now. And so I've been saving a lot of those. So that'll be fun to grow them again next year. And we've also got some zinnia seeds, which they're interesting because each petal of the flower becomes the head of the seed. And so once you dry them, you just cut the top of the petal off, and you're left with the seed down from the middle of the flower. So those are pretty cool. I'm excited about those, and I've collected some from the zinnia that I grew for the first time this year, and some from our neighbor's zinnias that were really pretty. Our dill that we had back here did really well, and those all went to seed. And so now I've got whole bunches of dill seeds to share. And then I've got some, a couple of cucumber seeds that I saved from one of the cucumbers that a friend of ours gave us. And I've got some of the seeds from the spaghetti squash that was a surprise to us. So we'll have a lot of those seeds. So that'll be pretty fun to sprinkle them all over the pasture, as Kevin wants to do next year. So with squash and cucumbers and a lot of the fruits and stuff like that, it's a little trickier to save the seeds from them sometimes, because you have to basically pick the fruit after it's ripe. So you want the overripe fruit or squash, and then you're gonna kind of cut it without cutting all the way through the middle, so that you leave the seeds intact, and then you kind of just pry it open and scoop out the seeds or take out the seeds. And then you kind of have to separate them from all the pulp that's in the middle, whether it's a tomato, a cucumber, a squash. And then you're gonna rinse them off really well. I put them in a colander and rinse them, continuously for a couple minutes, and then lay them out flat on a plate or a paper towel or something like that, and leave them somewhere dry for a couple weeks to a couple months, depending on the variety, so that they can dry out all the way, so that when you package them up to save them for next year, use them for next year, then there's no moisture in there. Because the moisture, when you're saving seeds, moisture is bad. If there's any moisture in your seed packets, it will make them rot. And so you don't want any moisture in there. So you want to make sure when you're saving seeds that they're really dry. We would also like to know, what are you guys saving seeds from?